Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to PreMarket PulseScan with yours truly, Dexter Algo Capitalist, aka The Vulcan, live from PulseWaveTrading.com. Excuse me, jumping right into the thick of things this morning. I do believe that I mentioned on a previous broadcast that it was rather convenient that this coronavirus was unleashed upon the public right around the so-called signing of the trade deal. It is furthermore convenient that since this coronavirus outbreak has happened, now China is basically begging for a trade deal and is begging for sympathy and flexible guidelines in the trade deal. So they go from saying, forget you, we don't need to trade with you, to please, somebody, anybody, trade with us. Don't let our economy collapse. It's convenient that now they've been put in a precarious negotiating circumstance where basically they really can't negotiate anything. They have to take whatever is given to them because the world is afraid of trade with them right now, thinking that they may be exposed to a deadly killer virus. That's all it takes is for a pandemic to be released in your country, and you will be cut off from the rest of the world. No one will want to take and receive cargo coming out of your country on fears of they could all be infected. Excuse me. So it's convenient that this has happened. The timing of all this happening, it's just really convenient. So I'll put that out there. In addition to that, I did warn everyone last night, even though I didn't get a chance to add that aspect of the video segment because I started rather late. But I did tell you guys about the rally alerts in the U.S. stock index futures last night coming into today. We did talk about it. I also told you that I was looking to capitalize on that myself by taking a long position in the Russell futures. Well, I have done so. I did that last night on the air, and the market has since to explode higher. The U.S. stock market is ignoring what is happening in China for a reason. If the U.S. is not concerned, that should speak volumes to the rest of the world. Let's get into some of the overnight news. Tesla stock surge adds 13.5 billion to Elon Musk's fortune, the biggest increase for anyone this year. Musk has climbed from 35th to 22nd in the Bloomberg Billionaires Index since the start of January. This doesn't sound right. MasterCard CEO ditched Facebook's Libra after multiple red flags. Now, it sounds like the name, his name is AJ Banga. That sounds like a street name. That sounds like a gangster's name. AJ Banga dropped out due to concerns about compliance, making money, and Calibra digital wallets. YouTube brought in $15 billion in advertising revenue in 2019, 9 times more than Google paid to acquire the site 14 years ago. Alphabet, Google's parent company, broke out YouTube's advertising revenue for the first time ever on Monday. So if they made $15 billion, they have no excuse not to share that with their content creators. such as yours truly. I ain't seen a dime of that 15 billion. China gave a rare admission of fault, admitting deficiencies in its response to the Wuhan coronavirus that has now infected more than 20,000 people. The virus has infected more than 20,000 people and killed at least 425. That doesn't really sound so virulent to me. So you infect 20,000 people, but only 425 die. If this was a pandemic, I would expect at least half of those people to already be dead. See again how they twist information? Ireland launches inquiry into Google's handling of location data. The nation's Data Protection Commission will look into whether Google has a valid legal basis to process the location data of its users and whether it meets its obligation as a data controller with regard to transparency. China's airlines told not to axe global flights as thousands cut. China's Civil Aviation Authority has urged domestic carriers to continue flying international routes despite a drop in demand due to the coronavirus outbreak. Like the illustration I gave you guys the other day, you're saying it's a 4-alarm blaze, but you're not saying it's not safe to go in and out of the building as needed for people who may have left something in the building, or you just want to go in there to use the restroom, or you want to go in there and place a phone call and chit chat with your best buddy. It's a 4-alarm blaze though. Structural damage, 4-alarm blaze. But we're not saying that civilians can't run in and out of the building whenever they want to. See how stupid that sounds? So we've been hearing the word pandemic thrown around all week. And now they're saying, hey, but don't stop flying here, though. Don't stop dropping people off and picking people up. But I thought it was a pandemic. If it's a pandemic, wouldn't you be crazy and stupid, foolish, silly, loony, not wrapped too tight, not playing with a full deck to go in and out of a country that is experiencing a pandemic? Nonsense. Global stocks are rallying. Asian indexes recovered some of their coronavirus losses. China's Shanghai Composite rose 1.3%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 1.2%. And Japan's Nikkei rose 0.5%. European equities climbed with Germany's DAX up 1.2%. Britain's FTSE 100 up 1.3%. And the Euro Stoxx 50 up 1.4%. U.S. stocks are set to open higher with the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and NASDAQ futures up 1% to 1.2%. Some interesting data is coming out. Red Book figures for U.S. retail sales and information on factory orders and business conditions are the highlights. Earnings season rolls out. Disney and Sony's results are among the highlights. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Sony. I have no position or anything like that, but I'm a PlayStation dude, so I like to know what's going on over there. So I'm going to be interested to see what they have to say. All right, let's jump into the overnight markets. Let's take a look at some quotes, shall we? All right, so looking here at the quotes, we got the Dow up 365 points at 28,726. We got the NASDAQ 100 back over the 92 handle at 92.56, up 142 and a quarter points. We got the E-mini S&P 500 at 42 and a quarter points at 32.87 and 3/4. We got the Russell up 23 points at 16.56. Bitcoin down $215 at 91.95. I warned you to tighten up those stops. Does anybody listen? Does anybody listen? I told you. Nat gas up a penny, 183. Euro yen up 37 pips at 120.58. Crude oil up 95 cents at $51.07. The long bond down 1 full point and 16/30 at 162.09, dropping from 163 and 30 this morning. Gold down almost $20 at 1562.70. Silver is only down 4 cents at $17.63 an ounce. US dollar up 11 ticks at 97.91. The euro down 21 pips at 110.72. Beans up 7 1/4 at 8.84 1/4. Corn up 3 1/2 at 3.82 1/4. As far as 2-bar Charlie setups this morning, scanning and scanning. Let's scan and see what we got here. So far, nada. Nope. 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 And nope. Nope. Nothing there. Nothing to see there. Nothing to see there. And nope. No 2-bar Charlie setups on the future side. May have some on the equity side. Not sure yet, but that's what we got thus far. All right, so taking a look at our roll call. Let's do a quick roll call so we can see what thus saith the system. All right, so these are the following rally alerts we have coming in today, the notables, okay? We'll go over some of these. First, we got Bitcoin Cash, and the Bitcoin itself has rally alerts coming in today. These are secondary rally alerts. What the system was looking for was follow through today. It was expecting some kind of follow through. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, we got, let's see, we hit a high of 94.40, so we did not get the kind of follow through that the system was looking for. You shouldn't have tightened up those stops on this one. As far as, let's see, you got 91.30 is the low so far, so definitely one to watch. If it takes out the overnight low, you probably, if you're still long, want to get out. Bitcoin Cash has a rally alert as well. Dash came in with a secondary rally alert, and OIH has a secondary rally alert looking for follow through or continuation pattern. So that's something to watch, especially with crude oil being up 90 cents as we speak, just hit $51. But we need to talk about how it did hit a low this morning of $49.65. So it did visit into the 40s, as far as, into the decade of the 40s, briefly touching at that 49 handle. Can't ignore that it happened. Will we get that bounce today? Was OIH giving us the signal that the futures was ready to turn? We will find out on later today. All right, the Dow, the E-mini S&P, and the Russell have primary rally alerts today. Let's see, DGLD and DSLV have primary rally alerts. Goldman Sachs has a primary rally alert. Hack has a primary rally alert. So does MaxR, soybeans, the ETF, E-mini S&P 500 equivalent, ticker SPY. The inverse bond ETF TBT, which is probably going to gap up huge on the open. I would not expect anything less. As I can tell, we're going to open up around probably around the $23 handle on the TBT. We're around the 23.40 handle now. So that's going to be interesting to see. Wells Fargo has a primary rally alert today, of which I am still long and strong. We'll see if the market will rescue my little long position today. And that's what we have as far as our notable rally alerts. That's all we got. Let's take a look at our notable crash alerts for the day. These are all primary crash alerts. Silver, Ethereum, GDXJ, GLD, Litecoin, NEO, the inverse ETF for the QQQ, which is ticker QID, inverse ETF for the S&P 500, which is SDS, SLV, Silver ETF. TLT, the Long Bond ETF. TWM, which is the inverse ETF for the Russell. And Ripple. All of those above have primary crash alerts coming into today. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. All right. Those who received your reports last night, you already have this information. You've already perused it and seen that. So this is old hat for you. You've already placed your orders and are well positioned for the day. For those of you who have not placed orders yet, for whatever reason, you have time to do so because it's only about 9:15 now, Eastern Standard Time. So you got a little bit of time to make some decisions and get those orders in before the market moves and leaves you in the dust. All right, so that's all I got right now. I don't know if we're going to be doing a live later on this morning, as I know I have some things to do. Not sure about Frank, but we will get something going at some point. And not to forget, we have the end of day report coming up as well right after the closing bell at some point tonight around 8:15. So you want to stick around for that. So with that being said, remember PulseWaveTrading.com. Got a lot of goodies there for you. Got some free stuff there for you too. All you have to do is sign up for a free account. And you can also take advantage of some of the great deals we have going as well. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.